So an enthusiastic welcome back, Donna. We're so pleased to have her back with us and appreciate her.
Nice to be back.
I always love a homily that includes Peter Pan. I also want to welcome Zoomers. All these months months back in person in church, we greet people who walk in the door, but neglect those who are on Zoom. So welcome, we're so happy to have you. And yesterday's fall cleanup was marvelous. As I emailed those who were here, I came thinking there might be 5 people, and I wasn't very excited about it. I figured we'd get a few jobs done. So I arrived here, 15 wonderful workers arrived yesterday, ready to get to work, and we got a lot accomplished. The Decros were here, Highlanders, Everdells, Katie McLeod, Greg Payne, Arthur Gregg, Bill Gould, John Paul and myself, and Tyler and her 2 sisters from out of town. They didn't know they were coming to clean the church. So thank you everybody. I want to share with you just a brief little warm-hearted story. John Paul and David Decro felled a tree yesterday, and we're hoping that they could get somebody, Dean Hodgson, to come and pick it up. He's a woodsman. And he dropped whatever he was doing, drove over here. When we tried to pay him for his services, he said, no, give it to the Ukrainian, fund. So that was just really heartwarming. I also, last week, neglected to mention Lorna's wonderful concert. And I say Lorna's concert last week because she organized it and got it going. And again, proceeds from that beautiful concert were given to the Ukrainian Education Fund. Chris is going to talk in a moment just to give us brief highlights about yesterday's convention. I wanted to mention that my cell phone is dead, and it probably won't be replaced or fixed for another week, so if you need to reach me, please use the 469 home phone. For anybody who wants something to do on the 5th, the weekend of the 5th of November, there's a contra dance in Surrey, and there's a wonderful maritime film festival in Bucksport. So if you're at all interested, there's written information with details on that in the narthex. And then finally, Adult Forum is happening today with Dame Julian of Norwich, a book that is being shared, and they're asking for ideas for what we'd like to do during Advent. So thank you for listening to all that, and Chris?
Thanks, Melissa. The contra dance sounds like a lot more fun than Guy Fawkes Day would be. Anyway, the Diocesan Convention was yesterday. I was there instead of being here with cupcakes. I did not take cupcakes there. It was 4 hours on Zoom on a lovely day. Anyway, but it was worth it, and they've got one heck of a website up and running, and a lot of this is on the website, and it's well worth watching and listening to. We talked about tribal sovereignty and affirmed tribal sovereignty for the Maine tribes, which would put them more on a par with most other United States tribes. We affirmed the mission of the diaconate, deacons, to seek out people who might feel that they might be called to be deacons, and to set aside the last Sunday in June as a recognition day, Diocesan Deacon Day. Also, they talked about celebrating evangelism in Maine, spreading the word a little bit without being pushy. There are so many unchurched people and people who might find fulfillment by being churched. At the same time, broadening inclusion in the church. The bishop's address was really good. Again, I'd really suggest finding it on the diocesan website. He talked about climate change and food insecurity, of which we know all too well. And Michael Ambler spoke on the Restoration Laos project that he talked about here several weeks or a month ago. Only this one was accompanied by pictures and by slides. And again, that's on the diocesan website. And I haven't looked it up yet because it wasn't posted by the time I went to bed last night. But they said that some of these things, like the bishop's address and Michael Ambler's presentation on Restoration Laos, you don't have to listen to all 4 hours of the convention unless you really want to. It wasn't that deadly, but it was long. But anyhow, no, those are both well worth listening to. There's a lot of, it's not all on YouTube. The website has a lot of documents posted as well if you're interested in diving deeper. But in any case, it was well worth going. I just would have been happier if it had been a rainy day instead of a nice day. Not to mess up the cleanup day. Anyway, thank you very much for electing me to go. And any questions? Let me know. Ask me or check out the website. Thanks.
Anything else? Well, I want to say thank you for asking me to be with you again. It's always a joy. It's lovely being here with all of you. And I look forward to the next few months that I'll be here. And I also want to thank you. I forgot, back in May, Melissa gave me a gift for my daughter's, my first grandchild, Isla. And Rachel gave it to her finally when she turned 5 months, because now she can see and touch things. So Isla likes a little monkey. It's a little sock monkey, and she can look at it and see the face and the hands and suck on the fingers of it. So I want to say thank you for that. It's a lovely gift, and she's playing with it now.